Hello grandkids. Today we're going to look at how to draw the perfect cube. Now as you are growing up from a wee baby, you'll begin to draw probably with crayons, and then you'll move on to pencils, and then one day you'll maybe move on and get your pen license and be able to draw and write with a pen. Now as you are writing, you'll also probably, most likely, I hope you do, draw. Now as you begin to first draw, the most common thing you will probably draw is this. That's a house, and that's probably the main thing you'll probably ever draw. And you'll probably draw a few stick men, that's probably you, and that's probably your mum or your dad. And then what you'll probably also draw is the sun. And then maybe you'll have some grass that goes along the floor like this. If you don't draw this, I'll be a little sad. I hope you do draw this. So as you grow up, you'll probably draw something like this. And this is 2D, which means two-dimensional. Now, if I'm holding up this book like this is 2D. But if I was to rotate it ever so slightly, you can see a 2D, essentially what 2D means is there's two dimensions, which is a height and a length, I think. And then with 3D, you have a width as well. So this book will have a third dimension, which is a width, which makes it 3D when I rotate it a little bit for you. This is a terrible example. When drawing, you'll move from the stage of going from 2D to 3D, and it is a pinnacle point in your artistic career. And I want to teach you how to draw the perfect cube to really impress your teacher. This is going to be before they even teach you how to do it. You're going to go in one day with your perfect cube and you're going to wow them. Not that you should ever do anything to wow other people. You should always do something just to impress yourself. But this is going to impress some kids, and if you have some people you want to impress in your class, I'm just saying, I'm going to show you. So we're going to wipe this off like this. Let's show you how to draw the cube. So a normal square, we'll just draw this. And you go square and it's a little bit boring. And what you might think to do when you're first drawing 2D, when you're first doing 3D, is simply drawing an angle like this. And now I've made it 3D. And this is probably the first thing you'll probably do to make something 3D. Like if you was to draw the letter I, what you're probably going to do is to make it 3D, you'll make these points like this to make it 3D basically. But it's a bit naff, it's a little bit amateur. And we don't want amateur, we want professional. So what you're first going to begin with is you're going to draw one line straight down the middle like this. Hopefully it is straighter than my line. Now what you're then going to do is you're going to draw two lines coming out this way. Both hopefully the equal length if you can. It's going to take a little bit of practice, but you got this. So one line this way, such as this, and then one line this way, like that. And hopefully what you want to try and do is try and make it the same length as this line and that line. That will give you the perfect cube. Such as this. And then what you're going to do is from these 2 points here, you're going to make two lines that go up, and they're both going to be just a little higher than this line here, but they're also going to be the same height as each other. So I'm just going to go up like this, one line here, and voila. And then you can kind of see your cube is coming together. And then you're going to draw one line that connects this point to this point, and one line that connects this point to this point. So I'm going to do one line downwards like this, one line this way. And you can kind of see this is coming together. Then what we're going to do is draw one line up to the middle here, like this, and then one line connecting this point to here. And then you have the perfect cube. Even though this isn't perfect, you can probably do a better job than I have, but you can kind of get what I do. And if you was to show this to your teacher, it's going to blow their mind, especially if you're like, I don't even know when kids learn to draw, if you're like 2-3 years old and you're still doing 2D stick men drawing, and you pull up with this, boof, blow the minds. Now, we have our cube, but let's say we wanted to go from this house that we drew, this house that we had before, our 2 windows and our door, but we wanted to make that 3D just like this. What we can do is we do exactly the same thing, so we'll build the base. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 line, like this. And then we can keep connecting these 2 lines right here like this, which we have our base of our house. And then we can start building the roof. So this time we're actually going to draw a triangle. So we're going to go up like this. And we connect this door with this one. And then what we're going to do is we're not going to draw this line like this. We're actually going to make, I think it's parallel or perpendicular line, like this. And we're going to connect it like this. And then hopefully you can see, maybe if I add the door, so the door is going to go here. When you're drawing the top line of the door, you're going to follow the same line as the base line. So then you're going to connect this with this, and then you're going to bring this down like this. And then you have a door. Maybe add a little doorknob right there. That's your little door. And then you do the same thing with your windows. 1 line there, follow the line of the base at the bottom, and then come up. 1 line this way, 1 line down, 1 line down, follow the base of the line at the bottom. Boom. And then you have your house. And then you can kind of decorate it however you wish to decorate it. You can have your big window here for your bedroom, and then I don't even know, you can go crazy as you want. You also want to make sure whenever you're doing these lines that they're the same angle, so this one's straight down, as this line right here. If that kind of makes sense, you maybe understand it a little bit more from this drawing. And you can kind of see this is looking pretty cool. Maybe then you want to add a little chimney here, like this. Like this, and then you can add a little bit of smoke coming out of the chimney. And there you have your perfect house. And if you draw this as a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, you slap this onto your teacher's desk at 9 AM on a Wednesday morning, you're going to get a gold star. You're going to become like student of the month. It's inevitable. Maybe next time what we do is we go over how to add shadows to our image. That's going to really blow your teacher's mind. And I'll explain a little bit more about shadows another time. But I hope you learned something new, and yes, that is how we draw the perfect cube.